My name is Reena. Today I am going to deal with the topic Procedure for Transfer of a Case from one court to another. Further, moving to the next slide. Definition. Definition of a case is a procedure through which the judiciary try to meet justice equitable to the parties. In it, a judiciary uh, transfer the case from one court to another. Now we will talk about the objective for transfer of case in courts. The entire judiciary is viewed with utmost respect and with an expectation that the judiciary would do very fair and equitable justice. A court should always mention a fair view that a court should not do impartial transfer of a case. To secure a fair, honest, and impartial trial, sometimes the transfer of a case becomes necessary when an accused person believes with a reasonable cause that he may not receive a fair trial at the present court, so that he should be empowered with the right to have his case transferred to another court. When an overburden of pending cases and appeals result in delayed justice, provisions have been made to transfer the criminal cases from one court to another, and to deal with this problem, the provision related to the transfer of cases are given. Now, we will talk about the procedure for transfer of cases. The procedure for transferring civil cases involves the following steps. First, application for transfer. For the transfer of a case, it is important to file an application before the court where the case is pending. Second, notice. The court will give notice to the parties involved in the case. Third, hearing. The court will hold a hearing to consider the application for the transfer. And the fourth is decision. After the completion of all these, court will either grant or reject the application for transfer. Now we will talk about the provisions for the case. The provision related to transfer of cases for criminal cases, section 406 to 411 are deal with the transfer of criminal cases, and section 22, 23, 24 of CPC deal with the transfer of civil cases. Power of courts. The power of the Supreme Court to transfer cases from one state to another state. Second, the power of the High Court to transfer case in the state from one court to another of equal or superior super jurisdiction or to itself. The power of the session judge to transfer case from one court to another court in his session division. Transfer of suits. Now we will talk about the procedure for transferring of case. The procedure for transferring civil case involves the following steps. First, the application for transfer. For the transfer of a case, it is important to file an application before the court where the case is pending. Second, notice. The court will give notice to the parties involved in the case and give them opportunity to respond by informing them through notice. Third, hearing. The court will hold a hearing to consider the application for transfer. And the fourth one is decision. After the completion of all this, court will either grant or reject the application for transfer. Transfer of suits. Section 22 and 23 of CPC confers power of the civil court to transfer suits from one court to another on the application of the defendant. Section 22 is a substantive section which confers upon the civil court the power. Now we will talk about transfer of criminal cases. The power to transfer the cases to Supreme Court is conferred under Section 406 of the Criminal Procedure Code. This power can be exercised by the Supreme Court whenever it seems necessary and reasonable for justice. Section 407 provides High Court the power to transfer the case. The High Court can exercise its power on the report of the lower court or on the application of any party interested. This power can also exercise on its own initiative by the High Court.